Welcome back to another episode of NBL Now. This is a very special episode. We're on location here in Hoop City, Melbourne, because the NBL Select team that's about to take off to Japan is training here. They take off tomorrow, but it gives me a chance to catch up with the JackJumpers, one of the JackJumpers' newest signings this off-season, Josh Bannan. Mate, firstly, thanks for jumping in. I know you're about to train, but how's everything going?
Yeah, great. Sort of been down in Tassie the last couple of weeks, settling in. Super excited about how that looks for me, and then also very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this group and really excited for the trip.
Well, this catch-up is obviously a lot about Tassie and the decision and what you're looking forward to, but we have to talk about the trip because you are about to take off to Japan. Any chance you get to put a bunch of NBL guys you normally compete against together? Short practice turnaround, obviously, but you must be excited.
Yeah, very exciting. When the opportunity came up, a couple more games, loved the opportunity to play some more basketball, play with some guys I haven't played before. We'd also reunite with some guys I teamed up with in Brisbane, so that's really exciting. Also playing against a league and some players that haven't had the opportunity to play against before, so that'll be really interesting.
You been to Japan before?
I have not. This will be the first time, so looking forward to it.
When you look at the itinerary, is they giving you enough time to say, hey, we're here to play some games, we obviously want to win these games, play as well as we can, but you need to explore the culture and everything? Yeah,
look, I hope we do get the chance to be honest with you. I haven't looked at the itinerary too much. I know we play Saturday, Sunday, so lace them up then, but outside of that, practice beforehand, get the group together, get accustomed to one another, and then compete.
Probably easier to work from now backwards in terms of how it all came about heading to Tasmania, because you have spent some time there now. You've seen where you're training, the new training facility that's getting built is exciting. When you first touched down, did it just feel like, oh, I'm at home now, this is where I'm meant to be?
It's very different putting on a different set of colours. Initially, when I put it on for the first time, I wasn't sure. Although I felt very grateful to be playing for them and super excited to play for this team, it's definitely different. But I do feel as I'm starting to practice more and more with this coaching staff and these guys that this is a place I'm going to love and want to play for and be very proud of what's on the front of that jersey.
It's very early on in your professional career, and again, we know you've battled through some injuries with your time in Brisbane, but we know what you're capable of. We've seen that even from college throughout. We understand who Josh Bannan can be as a player. Why Tassie?
I think I've sort of harped on the fact that everyone that's gone to Tasmania has left a better basketball player and just grown in that program, and I think it's a testament to what that coaching staff does and the performance staff all round. So I felt like that's a great opportunity for me. I haven't shied away from the fact I have big ambitions, but that's a team with a very highly competitive environment, a coach who's going to demand the most out of me, and I feel like the combination of that and what that coaching staff does with day-to-day skills work, I think will help me continue to grow, and that's an environment I'd love to be in.
As I said, you are still very early in your professional career. When you go through the business side of it, declining options, understanding, okay, now I've got to figure out what's next, how do you deal with it mentally? Because it can be a whole lot, because this is your next part of your career.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of part of it, and it's an unfortunate part of it, I guess. It's not the part I love the most. At the end of the day, obviously, money is nice, but that's not why I do it. I was a little kid practicing, and that's why I do it, is because I love this game. And I think the opportunity to go to Tassie was somewhere that had appealed to me, having watched them the last couple of years, and I love the way they go about things. So I think that combination, and then they were obviously they were interested in me, so I felt very privileged that was the way it was, and I'm very much looking forward to getting a part of that team and playing together.
Us as commentators, analysts, we're talking about it, and we see the options decline, and we start to try and piece what Josh Bannan does next. For us, it was a no-brainer. It looked like Tassie would be a perfect fit. It also seems like the way you're talking, that was in your mind of like, look, if they are interested too, this is somewhere I really want to be. And it was, okay, there might be other options, but if we can make Tassie work, this is really where I want to be right now.
Yeah, look, to be honest, there were a couple teams. There's another couple teams who were interested, and 100% very appealing to me. And their staffs do a great job, and as a program, they've had a tremendous amount of success as well. But at the end of the day, it was a difficult decision, and I went with Tasmania, and I'm very happy with that decision. And I think we're going to be very happy there. And I think it's going to be a great place for me to grow.
Let's talk about the team a little bit, because they've got some new pieces. They've got some hungry pieces, guys like Bannan coming in. You know the way he's going to play, but especially the big man stocks. It actually looks like you've covered every single base here, as the JackJumpers have, with the way that you play, the way that Majuk Deng plays, the way that Will Magnay plays. You're going to complement each other very nicely.
Yeah, look, I've been fortunate playing with Tyrell the last couple of years, and he is one of the best 5 men in the league. And then to be able to go play with Will, who's also in that boat, he's a boomer, he's an Olympian, he's an incredible player on both sides of the ball. So the opportunity to team up with him, and then Majuk, likewise, is also someone I've had a great deal of respect playing against and watching. So the opportunity to compete against those guys day to day, and then when it comes time to compete against other teams, I feel like we'll put ourselves in a great position to win a lot of matchups and have a lot of success.
We always hear about the culture of the JackJumpers, and we've seen it, and we've seen how successful it is. Already won a championship, made a championship series in their first season. As a player playing against them, do you notice that from the outside in when you're going against them, being like, geez, there's just something about them that's always tough? And have you seen that early on, or are you going to wait till everybody there for it to hit you a bit more?
I remember the first time I played against them, I think they were off the back of a back-to-back, and we beat them in Brisbane, and I was like, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Like, these guys ain't as tough as everyone says. And then the next time we played them, it was a completely different basketball game, and I felt that physicality, the way they approach, there's clearly very prepared, very thorough in the way they get ready for games. And from then on, playing against them, I was like, wow, I really respect the way these guys go about it. They've got a great plan. Like, defensively, they have the way they like to do things, which is they're unique to the rest of the league. They have their plan. And yeah, I respect that. And from early on, you can just see the buy-in from the staff has been incredible. Day to day, the working out with the coaches, the S&C, the performance staff has been awesome. And I think it's going to be great for me just to continue to improve and be able to contribute to that program.
You're spot on with saying they do defend in a unique way. They use their physicality, which is going to help you a lot thrive what you can do. Playing alongside Will Magnay when you're out there, and I spoke about this to some of the guards when Jordan Crawford was there last couple of years, of like, okay, if I get beat, if something happens, I've got the big fella there to go and meet people at the rim. Does it give you a sense of calmness out there, knowing, you know what, we can be a tag team here, we can be a duo, that we're going to have each other's back, but what he does is perhaps more unique than any other big man in the league?
Yeah, he's an elite shot blocker. He's elite in the pick and roll. He's super high level defensively. So being able to share the court with someone like that, but there's also that is something which is brought into 1 to 10, 1 to 11 on that Tasmania team, is you have to buy in defensively, and you have to work your butt off for a full 40 minutes. So that's, there's Magnay obviously is special in his combination of his effort and talent on that side of the ball, but 5 guys are going to be working together on a string, and that's going to be great to be part of.
Talk to me about the Ant Army when you get down there, because the first home game's going to be fun. Milton Doyle coming down to town, but being on the other side of it, it can get hostile. We know how much it sells out every single game. They love to get behind their team, especially when they're playing that right way. How excited are you to be on the other side of it now?
Yeah, look, it's playing at my stand is pretty special. I had the opportunity to do it a couple of times this last year, and I loved it. I love a hostile environment. I like going into enemy territory and experiencing it, but it's going to be amazing to have that as our home crowd. And when they go on a run, it's booming in there. So Hannah and I, we've felt the love already from the Ant Army, and it's a special fan base in the way they get behind the players. So very fortunate to have them. And yeah, just fortunate, in all honesty, just to be a part of this club. I'm very excited at the chance to join them.
Heading down to Tasmania as well, coming from Brisbane, different climates, different lifestyles for sure. What are you excited about? Is there any sort of challenges you're going to have to get used to, besides the weather, obviously?
Yeah, a couple mornings with a bit of bite. But yeah, my partner and I sort of new challenge, and we bought a house together, and we're fixing that up. So that's something exciting, loving doing that. Trying to get a little bit handy, work on my craft skills. So that's been great. But just that area down there where we're at, Kingston, is beautiful. I think the beach, being able to walk around, it's a little bit cooler, but it's scenic, and we love it.
Lastly, before you get off and get ready for some practice here, how is your body feeling? I know you've dealt with some injuries at times. You look like you're raring to go.
I feel great. I haven't had, I went over to France in the off-season and had a great experience playing over there, and my body been feeling great. I've been putting a lot of work in. and that's something I'm going to continue to do and working with the Tasmania staff on. Just doing everything I can to make sure I'm prepared for a big season.
Mate, good luck on this trip. Good luck, and I'm sure we'll talk to you before the NBL 26 tips off.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great chatting to you.